I never really understood why people did this and what the whole thing was. I've always been a proponent of like my business is kind of my life and I'm always in it, and everything was on my one phone. So I had my phone that had all my personal, my business, and I was like, why would I ever get two? Everything is just on here. I have it all at my fingertips, and it doesn't matter if it's mixed. Like I have bank stuff on here. I have my Google Drive, my documents. I have my text messages, emails. I don't need a second phone. But let me tell you, was I wrong? I recently got a business phone, or a secondary phone, I'll call it. And I've been using it for about 2 weeks now. And it has completely changed my life. I left my phone in the car one time when I was working a couple weeks back. And this was the deciding factor. I left my phone in my car for maybe 4 or 5 hours during the workday, like 1 to 5. And when I went back and grabbed my phone, I had 174 notifications. And now, granted, a lot of my notifications are already turned off, like Instagram, Twitter, social media, all that is turned off. So this is all emails and text and phone calls and voicemails and just communication notifications. And I realized how much it was taking my time away from actually doing work. What I mean is, there was a study done when you're doing something and you get a text or a call or an email or some notification that takes you away from it, and you look at Instagram for 30 seconds, or you take a phone call for 5 minutes and you put it back down and you go back to what you were doing, it takes 4 times longer to get back onto that task. So if you're on a phone call for 5 minutes, it takes you 20 minutes to get actually back focused on the task you were doing and back dialed in. So if you look at Instagram for 30 seconds, it takes another 2, 3, 4 minutes to get you back focused on what's in front of you. So all it's doing basically all day long, I was just robbing my time answering texts, phone calls, and doing whatever everyone else needed me to do, rather than focusing on the work in front of me. So what I've done is I got 2 phones. I got a business phone and I have a personal phone. This stays in my car during the day, and I only have it up here so I could show people that I have 2 phones. But that phone stays in my car during the day. It has my social media. It has all my personal contacts and everyone to contact me during the day. And this phone stays with me while I'm in the office. All I get is notifications for emails and calls, which is fine. Now I have a lot of these muted and I have a way of going about it. But essentially, the point is, I now have a phone that's only with me during the day, that I'm only picking up and taking when it's something important and is directly related to work and what is happening in my day and needs attention immediately. If not, I'm not picking it up, and I will answer later when I'm done with my work. And so what I found is, like, we don't realize how we're just busy being busy all the time. I felt so overwhelmed all the time from constantly picking up phone calls, answering emails, and different people having to respond to different things, putting out fires, payroll, all this stuff constantly happening because my phone was constantly going off. Like, when I tell you, every 15 seconds I got a notification for 16 hours a day until 8 o'clock at night. It never stopped. And so now, taking that away, I'm doing more work in less time, and I feel 10 times less overwhelmed. The phone was making me feel all the overwhelm and the anxiety and the anxiousness. So I think getting a second phone was the best decision I've made so far this year. It's kept me from feeling so anxious all the time. And I'll tell you, I've only been doing it for like 3 weeks now, I think, total. I haven't missed any emergency calls. All the people who contact me personally, I've given them this number in case they need to call me. But I haven't missed anything where it's like I missed it and it's ruining my life. 99% of emergencies that are actually emergencies can be handled within 24 hours. They don't need to be handled that second for you to pick up the phone call, you know? It never needs to be that second. And then also what I realized is all the phone calls, all the things I was doing all day on my phone when I had only one phone, I felt like they were taking up 5 hours of my day. And then now when I go to my car before I leave and I sit in my car for 10 minutes and I solve and figure out and answer all of the text and phone calls and emails on my phone in 10 minutes. So I'm like, how the hell was I on this phone for 5 hours a day? What was I even doing? And I think this is a common trait of, like, we're on our phone all day and we think we're busy. And at the end of the day, we look at our schedule and what we got accomplished. And we're like, what the hell did I do? and you feel like you just ran 20 miles and went 5 rounds with Mike Tyson, and you realize that you didn't really get that much work done. My advice, if you are running a business, if you're in sales, if you're a manager of some sorts, or if you're doing something where your time needs to be focused and you're a results-based business, I suggest getting 2 phones, leaving the one with social media and personal life at home in the car or away from you during work hours. And then when it's done, you can grab that phone. But this right here has completely changed my life. Having 2 of these has been the best thing I've done in the last year of my life.